current situation in Burundi is very, very complex, and it's hard to see how it should be possible to find a peaceful solution on the situation, or at all find a solution that will keep everybody happy. I think that is impossible. Mr. Nkurunziza, who decided to run for the third term, went through with the election in 2015, and he won the election, as there were no other candidates against him, because the opposition would boycott the election. They said that he had no right to run for president for the third term, so this could not be called an election. This was a scam made by the president. He went through with the election, and the Supreme Court backed him in his decision that it was legal according to the constitution of Burundi. So he's now in power, and he's controlling the military, he's controlling the police forces, and he's controlling all of the political system in Burundi. The African Union has given, about a month ago, Burundi a 4 days deadline to accept whether they should negotiate, or whether the African Union should send in 5,000 peacekeeping troops to Burundi. Mr. Nkurunziza has claimed that if the African Union send peacekeeping soldiers to Burundi, they will be fired upon, because they will see it as an invasive force who are crossing the borders of Burundi, and therefore is attacking Burundi. So the negotiations have come to a halt. They keep asking the Burundian government to go and negotiate, either in Uganda or in Tanzania. But Mr. Nkurunziza and his spokesman claims that there is no way they will negotiate with the opposition, because the opposition is terrorist groups, and they are the ones who are causing problems in Burundi. There has been several demonstrations, and there's also been a coup d'etat, or attempted coup d'etat in Burundi that was quickly knocked down. There's been more or less 400 deaths that are acknowledged in Burundi since the problems began after the election. A lot of people in Burundi that we hear from says that the numbers are far, far higher. And as we know, there's mainly coming out news from Bujumbura, which is the main town, the capital in Burundi. And Bujumbura has approximately 500,000 inhabitants, and with a population of around 10 million, most of the people are actually spread out all over the country. Burundi is probably the most dense populated country on the African continent. So there can be a lot of things going on in the countryside in Burundi that we don't hear about. However, my concern is that if the African Union should send in troops, it would be legalizing the youth wing of the president's political group, CNDD-FDD, the Imbonerakure. It would legitimate their fight against terrorists, or whatever they call them, meaning that they'll have a carte blanche to go and kill the people they disagree with in Burundi, saying that they are traitors if they don't fight against the African Union troops, and claiming that since they're traitors, it's okay to kill them. So I'm fearing what will happen if there are troops sent to Burundi, as the government says that they will fire upon them, and that according to the government and Mr. Nkurunziza, every Burundian will fight against an invasion force.